And I tell Baptista also that this was a demon portal. It went to the Night Hells. Yeah, I know. I said the name. Sorry.
Damn good work.
So what else are you guys doing in here?
I'm rooting through some of these crates to see what's in them.
Yeah, I already searched the place, so I'm not going to bother to search again, so... we'll just wait over here next to the elevator when everybody's done searching around.
You saying that, did you find anything that would probably be...
I just found some residuum. I don't really know the laboratory stuff. There wasn't anything of use for me. The only thing in the books that I found that was useful is basically just saying that this tower is linked to Asmodeus, which with that portal to the Nine Hells kind of substantiates, so...
Okay.
You guys doing any perception rolls in here, or what?
Yeah,
Sure,
just
I'll do
waiting
one.
for our turn. Well, for rummaging through these crates.
Yeah, pretty much the entire room, like a once-over type of roll for everyone. I'm gonna throw something into the...
22.
Whoa, you guys with these rolls, pretty nice. I guess that's what happens when you get level 8 and all those, half levels and stuff are added in.
I only have a +5.
What are you doing, Baptista? Xavier?
Alex sees nothing.
Yeah, you're just drooling. You're in so much shock of everything that you see here. You're thinking, man, if I could just get this back to the Green Tanker Tavern, I would be one of the head alchemists in the Forgotten Realms and on the Sword Coast. And
Yeah,
Batista's, he's basically just kind of looking under your cape and lifting it up and looking at your tail and ooh, whoa, shots fired.
Wow.
So basically, this is what happens. Shmash and Tomanuk, you guys see several rings on a beaker case that are basically empty where something was previously, because there is a sort of like a frost on the tables on everything in here, and you notice there was several items that were on this beaker rack that is not there anymore because the frost is not there. So, and this is coming from this area up here.
Well, then I guess we would have to take a lap around and actually end it up there.
Oh, so I was saying this is like a once-over for the entire room.
I'm going to share that information with Malik to see if this was like that yesterday when he checked it.
Malik wasn't up here.
I'm sorry. Walian. The smart one.
I didn't come upstairs. What are you talking about?
I'm assuming that's where the vials were.
Yes, sir.
I will pull out the vials of frost, so they're called.
Yeah, there are cards on your sheet now for that.
Alchemist frost, yeah.
Yeah, these vials have a bright blue liquid in them, and the vials are sealed, so nothing is spilling out.
Okay, I just wanted to make
They're
sure
basically
nobody
little,
else took them.
Yeah, they're basically little frozen grenades. I throw them and hit somebody, it does cold damage and slows them.
And if you add alcohol, you get a Goliath shot.
It's sort of like a what do they call those Jello shots, whatever, the tubes or vials, whatever. But other than that,
Shots, yep.
you find lots of wolf's mane, but it's all 30 years of freezer burn. So, I mean, there is a ton of value in this place, but it is just, unfortunately, it's just all destroyed. It's like the food down in the pantry and everything else. The rugs that you guys stepped on down on the floor, the first floor, the tapestries and everything else. It's just, this place has just got 30 years of freezer burn on it, guys, which is truly unfortunate. It could definitely use a good makeover, though. Hint, hint.
Like Tamanuk.
Malik will start using flaming cans.
All right. So what are you guys doing? What else? That's basically everything on this floor here.
I say we get going up on the elevator.
Yep, sounds good to me.
Unless Tom Nook wants to grunt something else for us to do. That is a no.
That was a no.
Yeah, you can tell that this thing was basically hidden by the. Recently, this thing was hidden. The carpets doesn't look like it even belongs on this floor, but because of the way that the cover, the carpet set on the tensor's disc and everything, just doesn't show that it's been there that long. So you're thinking it's probably been tampered with, but you're able to.
I moved the carpet off the tensor's disc. It was underneath the carpet. That's why the carpet's just pushed off over there.
Oh yeah. You can. They can see everybody can see the slide marks. But I think you had told them anyway that you had found one hidden. So.
Yeah.
So Melik, you think you can get this thing started up? It may require a little bit of arcane knowledge, but you can.
Alrighty.
Yeah, you could probably use your arcane skills to get this thing going. It'll take a couple people at a time.
One and two.
Oh yeah, you're able to get yourself and one other person on it, so you guys can go ahead and who else is going up this trip?
I'd say take Batista. Or Baptista.
Alright. So
I will baptize you.
what is happening here is this. You're here now. Alright, real quick, so don't go anywhere. You guys here, you see Melik, and actually Melik shows you guys that there is like a pressure plate on this disc. And when this disc is activated, it moves directly up. And it looks like you're going towards the ceiling, and then all of a sudden the ceiling just kind of magically twists and open up. Like as in Star Wars or something, the door that has the twisting effect that opens up like that, yeah. And it takes about 12 seconds to go from the bottom to the top, and it goes up, gradually slow, and you're able to get up. You see the disc. The disc goes up to the top of the roof, and then the disc starts coming back down with nobody on it. And then you can see that Batiste and Melik are up on the floor as the ceiling closes back up.
No, we can't head back to town yet. We gotta go see what they want.
No, we cannot go to the stripper bar.
Aww.
Let's Tamnook and Shamash go next. I'll bring up the rear.
Whoa.
But you will.
Oh yeah.
I heard you were good at that.
It's a dirty job,
Quit moving your goddamn tokens! Same thing, about 12 seconds goes by. The Goliath and everyone else kind of appears up on the. Sorry, I'm trying to move everyone. 1 second. Stand by. All right. Wailing, you see they activate the disc. They go up, takes about 12 seconds. They disappear. You can see that everybody's still up there, and I guess now you're going back up. You're going up as well, right?
Yep.
All right, cool. So you guys are all here in a small room, and this is basically it looks like a small library. But the funny thing that you guys notice, I mean, right off the bat, is this room doesn't appear to have the ice damage as the first and the second floor. So all of the books appear to be untouched. Looks like there's no ice damage to them. There's a desk in the middle of the room. Same thing. everything looks untouched, and everything nothing looks like it has any frost damage whatsoever. Same type of, on this floor it has the same type of flooring, the same type of walls. You can also see on the walls, you can see more of those portholes where you can look out, where it looks like it's a sort of like a seeing glass or an eye seeing glass, and you can see far throughout the realms with one of these. So, and there's these are on the eastern wall and on the southern wall as well. So Draigdurroch definitely like to look at everything around him, basically.
Well, I'm going to search the room for traps and such.
You actually see a lot of, as you're actually the first thing as you're kind of searching around Wayland, you notice that there are quite a few footprints here as well, and there's some here that go out, but you see that these footprints are sort of like like the creatures that you guys fought. The spear hurlers, the Metallica. It looks like those types of the ice warriors that you fought. It looks like it was their type of footprints, because you could see that they have these webbed feet. So and Metallica, he had the same thing, the same type of foot pattern, and it looks like those creatures were up here as well. But like I said, everything looks untouched. So something's definitely. It looks like they wanted nothing to do with this stuff, but they were up here.
I'd like to search the desk.
All
See
right.
if I can see any information on it or in the drawers. Search the drawers and stuff. And that would be thievery, or would that be something else?
For what? Checking? You want to?
Checking the desk and stuff.
Yeah, you can give me a.
I'd like to go ahead and give him an assist on that since I'm right here.
Well, here we go with the assist. Everybody's assisting now. No, it's okay. I like the assist. So, yeah, go ahead and give me a 1d20, Batista.
Oh, just a 20?
Just a 20. It's like rolling a saving throw, buddy. Just a flat 1d20. Unless you have like an item that gives you a bonus to assisting.
Negative Ghost Rider.
No, you're not able to assist Melik. You're kind of looking at him, and Melik's down on his knees, and he's starting to look around at this table, and you just have no clue what the hell he's doing. So, all right, Melik, I guess you want to look for this, look for any kind of traps or anything on this desk.
Yeah, look at the stuff on it, and then also see if there's anything hidden compartments or something.
Okay.
No, being a wizard myself, I kind of know it. Sometimes you kind of hide things in plain sight.
Yeah.
So would that be thievery, or?
I would say just go ahead and give me a perception check, and I'll let you know if there's anything. Yeah.
Okay.
You don't see anything on it. You don't see any kind of traps. You don't see any kind of mechanical devices. You don't see any kind of magical runes. You don't see anything. You're like, looks good.
Yeah.
Wayland, go ahead and open it, or Dominic, go ahead and open it.
Motion for me to say, hey, come over here, I'll show you something.
But it is kind of weird how all these, everything is just preserved, and nothing's ruined up here.
I like to search the books, see if there's any books that catch my curiosity.
Oh, there's tons of books up here, and I mean, everybody. That if everybody in this little miniature library were reading the books, it would take you so long to read through all these books. But there's books on all kinds of topics, and there's a literature on the old elven kingdom of Kars as well, and more information on Karsus. But on his desk, that there's some information there that I don't know. You're gonna have to probably kind of determine
Look on the
something on
desk
that.
again.
Yeah. Well, it's not. Well, you didn't. You did a perception roll for actual finding traps, right? That's what you were looking for.
Well, yeah, kind of.
So I mean, you
So
weren't.
I'd like to look at the desk now on the top.
So what's everybody else doing? Is everybody doing the same thing, or you guys are quiet? So
Yeah, I'm waiting for an opening.
Is-
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Nope, you started first. You go.
Okay. Tamanuk is going to remember that Lady Moonfire asked specifically for us to bring back any books about warlocks. So he's going to poke Walian and say, "Oh God."
I'm going to check the door to make sure there are no traps or anything on it. And the footsteps that I saw, do they also go through the doorway, or?
they most certainly do.
Alright, I'm going to check to see if the door is locked, check it for traps, yada yada yada.
And that's the thing, Wayland. These traps, all these footprints and stuff, basically go from the tensor's disc to the door. I mean, they don't stray around the room. They don't go. I mean, they go by the desk because they're going towards the door. But I mean, there's the only footprints by the bookshelves and everything are basically from you guys, and that's basically it.
Okay. Looks like the footprints were basically coming from the door to the platform, guys.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe more of them behind this door.
Maybe.
You want me to roll the check for traps on it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you're confident. There's nothing on it. It's actually you can see that it's unlocked as well. So
Okay. Going to listen at the door, see if there is anything.
all right, and give me a perception check as well. Sorry for all the rolls tonight, guys. Are we playing Pathfinder? Get your membership IDs out. Holy cow! Yeah, you hear nothing, man. It's you don't even hear a pin drop. you really don't.
I'll say, well, the door's not trapped, it's not locked, and I don't hear anything through it, so...
Smash, you're up.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Class Gamer?
Does the door open toward me or
Leopold?
into the other room?
The door opens out, and you can just basically step through the wall because I basically butchered the dynamic lighting on that door, so I made it a straight wall. So there you guys go. You're in a long. Looks like this is sort of looks like the quarters, maybe of Draigdurroch himself. But sorry, if you guys were still wanting to stay in the room, just kind of step through the wall a little bit, in case you guys were, looking at the desks still or looking at any of the other books or anything. So just to let you know. But yeah, you can just step through the wall.
I'm checking out this tapestry.
Oh, the tapestry. It's just a gentleman. Looks like a wizard. He seems pretty proud. Holding a staff and has an orb. The wizards use orbs as implements. Like the clerics use, symbols and whatnot. So looks like it could be Draigdurroch.
I am also going to attempt to check the wall behind the tapestry. See if the tapestry moves or...
Alright, now when you when you move the tapestry, it's actually affected by the cold. So it basically crumbles and falls to the ground. Nothing behind it but a wall.
Oops!
I don't want you guys ever complaining to me about destroying that book.
It definitely looks like Draigdurroch's personal living quarters. Though. I mean, first thing you notice is that huge devilish Asmodeus statue, a couple of braziers that there's coals in them, but it doesn't have any evidence of burning recently or anything like that. It doesn't look like he had it definitely doesn't look like Martha Stewart was his decorator. Everything is pretty much plain, like the rest of the tower. However, I will say this: all of the quality of like the furniture and the chest and the foot locker by his his bed and everything. I mean, of the best quality, that is for sure. But it's unlike everything else. I mean, it's just very, very bland, and he didn't have a very good eye for decoration. So his whole tower is kind of follows the same theme. But on the along the top of the wall, he's still got the gargoyles and other little devils and fiends, and you can see a couple spine homunculus and stuff like that. So
If Martha did do the decorating, it was after her prison sentence.
yeah, man, I don't think that's too soon.
On the right wall here, what is that? Is that a picture hanging or a mirror?
On the right wall here, yeah, it's another tapestry, and there's several tapestries. There's one behind
Down here at the bottom.
where oh yeah, that's actually another self-portrait of himself, and this one actually says Draigdurroch on the bottom.
And the one on the opposite wall?
All Draigdurroch.
I'm going to do a thorough search of the room, checking for secret doors and stuff as well.
Okay.
Can I do a religion check on the demon statue here?
Sure. Well, it's definitely Asmodeus, so
Yes,
I mean,
Asmodeus, but
yeah, it's basically the same theme. I mean, he's definitely got it in for Asmodeus, that's for sure. But other than that, you don't think there's any other religious significance or anything like that. It's not going to come to life and attack you or anything. Not that you can tell, but
no, I mean like as in check it out, see what kind of what it's made out of, marble. Really get a. I'm not really going to touch it or anything, but
yeah, it's made of obsidian. It's got beautiful detail.
Are those unlit braziers on either side of it?
Yes, they're braziers. They have coal, but the coal hasn't been lit, and it's basically this room is affected by the cold. The other room was affected by the cold as well, excluding the desk and the books, which is kind of weird. But all this stuff is definitely affected by the cold.
Well, you want to light the braziers?
Brazzers.
No.
Brazzers.com.
Can I get a quick check-in?
Sure.
I want to look for the biggest, most important looking book in this room.
Actually, there's a huge journal on the desk.
Is it the biggest with the most writing on it?
The most
that looks
pictures?
the most expensive?
Well, they're all really nice books, but I mean, they're
So
sure. I mean, you can find a book that looks to be expensive on one of the shelves. Yeah, you can.
Well, I can rephrase that. Is there a book big enough and fancy enough that it catches my eye among the rest?
Oh, there's all kinds of.
Are they all equally extravagant?
Oh, there's books that have symbols and pieces of glass shard on them, and yeah, there's all kinds of. I mean, there's normal books. There's fancy books. I mean, yeah, you can find one. You can find a fancy book. It has lots of pictures in it too.
I'll just grab the 3 books that I think looks the most important without knowing anything. So pretty much the biggest, most extravagant with the nicest writing.
All right, and like jewels on them and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, I'll just
Yeah.
take what I think
All right.
Lady Moonfire would like.
Okay, sure. You find one off the north wall, the east wall, and one off the short case there on the south wall.
Okay, thank you. I'll tuck those away and I'll just continue to walk around.
All right. Melik, what are you doing?
Lock is going to check that book on the desk.
All right. Man, Mr. Clutch. Well, basically, this is sort of like one of. It looks to be maybe one of his journals, Melik. And he basically you're reading through it, the last several pages of it, and it seems like it goes into basically talking about Karsus again, and this failed god, this failed deity, and he talks about the reason why he literally built this tower, and it not the reason why, but how he built it, and with the workers and everything else, and the cost and everything. And also you're actually starting to find some other things in the book as well. A little bit about warlocks, but excuse me, you're not too versed in that type of magic, but from what you do understand, you do know that there are several different types of warlocks, but the scriptures that you're reading is talking about a totally new kind of warlock that has not yet really been talked about. And this is a type of magic that it seems to it's deriving from Draigdurroch himself. So I mean, it seems to be, this is definitely mysterious. And it definitely seems to be pretty important, because you only know of several different types of warlocks, but everything that you're reading is totally new, that you've never even heard of before. So it seems like there could be a new type of magic for warlocks.
Interesting.
And a new type of dark magic. So I mean, it's definitely interesting.
I'd like to break in here and say, real quick, I think we should get the hell out of this tower before we disturb it too much further. And if these guys haven't found anything of value other than these few books and this hammer, I think it's time to go, guys.
We still need to solve the whole cold issue here.
Kind of important.
Well, the paladin, man, you need to give me like a diplomacy check or something, Batista. What is going on?
All right, here comes diplomacy. I'm thinking that
He's
we found
usually
enough
so
information
chivalrous.
already. We need to go back and tell the higher powers, the leaders of the water, Loudwater, and give them this information on this tower, and have that wizard help us a little further, because if this is beyond us, guys, and we need to really seriously think about getting out of here before we're trapped for 30 years. Here it comes.
How bad is the cold getting at this point, by the way?
Oh, it's still the same temperature. I mean, it's
Okay.
not warming up at all. But it is funny, Metallica did melt. I mean, that was kind of weird. But I mean, it still carried the same temperature. I mean, the
Yeah, but
temperature
he's-
on one of the floors
he's a weird
changed.
creature.
There, so.
Yeah, he's definitely a weird creature for sure.
Is that a chest of some type next to the bed?
It is. It's like a foot locker. There's a couple of them. There's one on each side of the bed, actually.
I'm going to ask William if he checked these.